Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It is your boy, Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. If you're new here and joining for 2026 season, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging. If you're new, join the Discord. That's where you keep up to date on all of the things going on. If you're on Patreon, you're usually pretty up to date with videos. YouTube, I'm working on getting them all situated for the new year, but there's tons of videos coming out. I probably will post all of the albums of the year videos first and then go back and do some of the other categories of things, but everything should be up to date. If you're on Patreon, that should be up to date as of Monday. So, very excited. Tonight we are doing Apink, which we checked out. Spoiler alert: we checked out their newest title track, and I feel like we're back in the rotation of doing girls group, guys group, K band. So we'll probably be doing the same thing, unless, of course, obviously somebody wins the wheel or does all that sort of stuff. So there's multiple ways of getting your deep dive in. If you come hang out, you get channel points, which will allow you to cash those in for a deep dive. If you hang out often and I see you're part of a stream, you'll add it onto the wheel and we could do a deep dive there. So the opportunities are endless. So very excited. But yeah, Apink I felt like would be a good starting point, considering how much I liked the latest title track. So I feel like it would be probably a good one to deep dive tonight. So we'll be doing that. And if we have time for some other stuff, then we'll do it. But for the most part, we're going to be covering Apink tonight. So no Santa, what's going on? Gunky, hello. Sarah, hello. Gunky says, I'm so excited. You're in for a treat tonight. Hey, let's go. Biscuit, hello. Jazz, hello. Boonhee, hello. Thanks for the vibes. We loved it. But yeah, also big salutes to Kaylee. She is the one who posted the title tracks in Discord, and I believe they're our resident, like, keeping up with all the new shit. So appreciate them. Always big salutes to Kaylee. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Apink tonight. I looked up, they're kind of like an in between, like a second 2.5, I guess, like third gen group. So very excited to kind of see what they're about. Obviously, I have a big soft spot for like late second gen, third gen groups. So I feel like I'm probably gonna be pretty on board with this. So I'm stoked. Guggy says, Brandon, you need to check out the new Chew album. It's so good. When is the next album stream? Ooh, I don't know. I know it will not be happening this upcoming weekend. I have something planned, but maybe the following one, or we could do that in replace of a group coverage, but we'll see. Andy, hello. Thanks for hanging. Also, hopefully you got my message on Discord, but very cool. I think we should get started. The first one we're starting off with is I Don't Know. So, which I feel like is appropriate because I don't know much about Apink. So let's give it a spin. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Core, Pidgeys, and Max U. How's it going? Thanks for hanging.
한발
wow, that captures the entire. Sorry. God. Crazy. Wow. That was awesome. All right. That was Apink and their song I Don't Know. Very nice. Wow. If this is the caliber of songs that we're getting to tonight, then oof, this is going to be I think this might be a very highly contested group for me then in terms of girls groups. Um wow, this was incredible. I kind of again was indoctrinated with a little bit of Apink on Monday, which I was excited for. And I thought the vocals were incredible in that song. We'll probably listen to it at the end of this one just to kind of give it the end cap. But wow, their vocals are awesome. I feel like I mentioned that a lot in the most current title track, but man, it was just really cool to kind of hear like all of them pop off. I feel like at some point or another I was just like, damn, like there's just so much good like vocal layering. There's like great melody choice. I also feel like a lot of the ensemble vocals were really well put together in this type of track, so I appreciate that a ton. Um, I also noticed that this song again it has that like main like arpeggiated like really like chip tuney kind of like synth choice. I thought it was really cool. I like kind of how like blocky it sounds almost like it's definitely like more of like a square kind of synth tone, which is cool. um I also noticed that like it kind of peers in and out of the song, like at the beginning of the song, especially first verse, you get to hear like in the intro you get to hear a lot of it, but I also love that again you kind of hear it uh like perfume the rest of the song in some ways, and like obviously some moments in the song it kind of takes a little bit of the backseat, and some other parts of the song I think it's it comes alive a little bit more, so I love hearing that. The chorus is phenomenal. I think that's kind of where a lot of that energy for the song I think is stored, certainly. I loved a lot of those like orchestral like sweeping sort of violin tones and like orchestral like string sections. I think that that's really good. I hope that that kind of transfers over into some of their other title tracks, which we're getting through all of them, but I did really love that a lot. I think I feel like that's something that, and this maybe makes me probably sound a little bit older, or like again liking some of those like late second gen, early third gen, or third gen groups in general. But I just love when K K-pop groups really use like orchestral or like just like string arrangements. I don't know why, but like I think I think it kind of pairs well with like the almost like whimsical, like very like bright and shimmery sort of nature that I feel like a lot of girls groups kind of tend to do, especially if they are like a late second gen or you know third gen group, which is great. But I always felt like it was incorporated well. You know, like I feel like a lot of groups now really use synth, which is not bad. You know, I'm not gonna be out here being a hater. I love a lot of the like fourth gen, fifth gen groups that you know what they're putting out there now, um but I think there is really something endearing about like the way that the writing is in these types of songs. So I really enjoy this. I think this was a great starting point for me for Apink. Like I said, got a little bit of a taste with the latest title track, but this was awesome. So Gunky says, I told you you're in for a treat. Let's go. And No Santa says, there were two members in this video. One left very early and the other left pretty late. Okay, that's what I thought. I did notice that there was more people, but I wasn't 100% sure. So, and Moxie says, 2 a.m. right here to chill in bed and listen to K-pop. Well, appreciate appreciate you watching. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream at a more convenient hour for you next time. But all right, very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. We've got Apink's My My next, so check it out. What's going on, Ron? Thanks for hanging. Little dance break.
melody. I will be yours forever as long as you be mine. 내가 기쁠 때나 슬플 때나 널 부르고 싶어. My, you're mine. 넌 항상 내 맘속에 수많은 그 자리에 딱 거기 있어주면 돼. 이렇게 널 사랑해. My, you're mine.
Nice. All right. This was Apink's My. Very nice, very nice. Connie, hello. If I didn't say it already, thanks for hanging out. Kagi says Unji always is trying to make sure you're paying attention. Yes, that is true. That is true. I enjoyed this a lot. I think for me, if I had a personal preference, I think I would still go with I Don't Know, but I would say that there isn't particularly anything bad with this song. I think it's well written. Obviously, the melody's choice in this is great. Shout outs to Unji again. She's incredible. Definitely has that like commanding voice. You know what I mean? Like I'm always genuinely like, holy shit, like her voice is just so like dynamic and so full. So I love hearing her voice. But I don't know. I felt like this song is definitely more like it feels a little bit like less aggressive, and I mean that in the sweetest way possible. Like I appreciate that this one has more of a sweet tone to it, right? Like I think the process of like their voices and stuff like just seem a little bit more like laid back in a good way. Like I think there's something really tender about the song that I really like. But I think overall, like I definitely felt like more attached to I Don't Know, just because I think the instrumentation was like a little bit more intriguing. But I think in terms of catchiness, it's a toss up. Honestly, I genuinely like the catchiness of this song. The dance break was really cool too as well. I like that little like break in the song, but overall, I didn't think it was too bad. I could understand that this song could have like a very like earworm quality to it, certainly. But I did enjoy this. This was a very nice song. And I think dynamically it was also fun too. Like there's a lot of cool like group vocals, ensemble vocals. There was also some great moments where I feel like a lot of the different members of Apink kind of had their moment in the sun. So I appreciate that. The line distribution seemed better. I mean, not to say that the first song didn't have great line distribution, but it does seem a lot better. But yeah, overall, can't complain. I think this was another really solid one. If we were not going off personal preference, I think this one definitely would be another really great song as well, which still is. So, all right, very nice. We're scrolling along here. The next one we've got is Hush. So let's check it out.
Hush, 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 hush.
Doing my best. All right. This was Apink's Hush. If you're hanging out for the Apink deep dive, appreciate you. I enjoyed this. This is very, very interesting. But it was a fun vibe. It was a fun vibe. Gunky told me to hush, so um I guess that's their way of telling me I have to be in timeout. So just kidding. Um no, Santa says I think this is my least favorite on the playlist. Songs like this are interesting to me because their company is clearly abandoning the sound they've been creating to chase a more popular style, and it just doesn't hit for me. I could see that. I could see that. You know what? I was actually trying to figure out. Maybe chat might be able to answer my question here, but it reminds me. It reminds me of like, what's the? I'm trying to think of the genre of music, but it reminds me a lot of the when we used to cover. There's some like groups songs we've covered where it's like a little campy, but like I can't figure out the Korean genre. It's like something like it's something a little bit cheeky in that way. Like it kind of gives me, obviously not to the extent of like an orange caramel or anything like that, but like I forget what the genre is called. I know it's a really like more popular ish genre in that sort of like K-pop offshoot. If I'm sounding crazy, I probably am a little bit, but it kind of reminds me of that. It's like, what is it? I want to say it begins with like a CH, but I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. Um, but either way, I'll keep going. If I can remember what it is, I'll try to Google it. Um, but I thought the song was solid. Like I said, it's probably, I think, very similarly to, actually maybe not as similarly because I did like my. I feel like this one, I'm kind of in a similar boat to No Santa, where I feel like for me, like the song itself is like very solid. Like I kind of like the like very, I guess, like 80s synth pop styled like synth tone, which I think is very interesting. I think their voices sounded really good. Of course, I think all of the Apink songs, I haven't had like a I really haven't had any sort of issue with how like their singing is, or their singing tone is. But to me, I just feel like the song itself was like, it was okay. I would say I don't want to hold my judgment because obviously there's others. We have like 15 other songs to listen to, but I would say overall, like, I appreciate there's vocal tones. I appreciate the way that the delivery is in the song, but I just feel like melodically, or maybe just like the song collectively, just doesn't fully get to that point for me. Like I'm just like, ooh, I kind of like different elements of the song, but I don't really feel like overall I'm like, oh wow, this is like damn, this is like really good. But like I said, if you have fond memories of this and this is maybe your first introduction to Apink, then I don't want to. I mean, I feel like everybody has like at least one sentimental song that they love about a group, especially if they like get into the genre and they're like, oh yeah, like this is a song that I am always sentimental about. So if this is that song for you, awesome. No disrespect here, but I thought it was solid. I enjoyed it. Like I said, if it came on my playlist and I listened to it again, I wouldn't be hating on it. But I do feel like this one, I don't know, it was lacking a little bit of that pizzazz that I feel like Apink has. So I don't know. I feel like it's solid, but Gunky says we haven't had. Oh wait, I gotta allow his. We haven't even gotten to the amazing songs yet. It's a good song, but nothing to blow you away. That's fair. That's fair. I also got to figure out what that K-pop thing is. Oh, I know what it is. It's Trot. That was what I couldn't think of. Wow, took me that long. It kind of reminds me of like Trot music in that way, and that's not like a bad thing. I've enjoyed a lot of Trot songs, but like for whatever reason, that was like my first initial thought was like this kind of like, especially like with the synths and stuff and like the way that it's arranged is like it's kind of giving that sort of Trot vibe, which again, no disrespect whatsoever, but it definitely was like, I feel like I've heard this sound before. So um wow, I did it. I'm so I don't know how I did it, but that's great. Anyway, we're keeping it moving. The next one we've got is no no no. So let's keep it going with this one.
슬퍼하지만 no 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 혼자가 아냐 no 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 언제나 나 내게 항상 빛이 돼준 그때 내 손을 잡아요 이제 지금 다가와 기대 언제나 힘이 돼줄게 내가 힘이 될 때 내게 다가온 그대 살며시 내게로 와 입 맞춰준 그때 마치 마법처럼 날 감싸준 정말 이런 기분 처음이야 우와 가끔씩은 그래도 힘든가요 그렇게 혼자 슬퍼하면 어떡해 하늘빛이 불이 꺼져가는 공간 속에 내가 널 비춰줄게 슬퍼하지만 no 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 혼자가 아냐 no 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 언제나 나 내게 항상 빛이 돼준 그때 내 손을 잡아요 이제 지금 다가와 기대 언제나 힘이 돼줄게 꿈이 많던 그땐 너무 떨리던 그때 수많은 시련 속에 기적을 받았고 갈수록 불어오는 바람에 흔들리는 모습 처음이야 우와 오랫동안 많이도 참았나요 아무 말 않고 고개 떨구면 어떡해 하늘빛이 곁을 떠나가는 세상 속에 내가 널 비춰줄게 슬퍼하지만 no 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 혼자가 아냐 no 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 언제나 나 내게 항상 빛이 돼준 그때 내 손을 잡아요 이제 지금 다가와 기대 언제나 힘이 돼줄게 가장 내게 힘이 돼주었던 나를 언제나 믿어주던
Love this
그때
bridge.
다들 그만해 라고 말할 때 마지막 네가 바라볼 사람 이제 내가 돼줄게 슬퍼하지만 no 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 혼자가 아냐 no 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 언제나 나 내게 항상 빛이 돼준 그때 내 손을 잡아요 이제 지금 다가와 기대 언제나 힘이 돼줄게
All right, very nice. I feel like the one member has their face completely covered, so I love that. All right. Well, this was Apink's No No No. Very nice, very nice. Um, this was sick. Let's see, a couple comments here. No Santa says, the Holy Trinity begins. Hey, let's go. Okay. Connie says, talking about Tra, Unji was in a K drama about Tra. Oh wow. Okay. That's cool. Jazz says, love this one. Connie says, this is an iconic song. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Checking one off my list. Love to see it. Gunky says, there's something special about the vocals in second and third gen. I would also agree. And Andy says, every time I listen to it, it always comes to my mind the meme with the cat. Ooh, I am not familiar. So if Discord, if you want to post it in Discord, have at it. I'm curious to unlock the truths of the memes. But I enjoy this. This is very good. I think this is like, I think after having, I would say two songs that I wouldn't say I didn't dislike, but I would say that weren't like, I feel like My is probably like in that like I enjoy category. Hush I think is like in that category too, but maybe like a little bit lower down. Um, I don't know, is still probably my favorite so far, but no I think is also in that I like a lot, and I probably put it in the same sort of category. It just was really fun. I think there is something about it that like again took a lot of the implementation that I've heard from them so far. They've got great vocals, so I feel like this highlighted it really well. I loved a lot of like the melody choice in this. I think this was also a really phenomenal song where I think they did. You obviously have like a great middle, like you have a great like vocal line between all six of them on screen, but I also feel like as well like there's a lot of cool like ad libs and ensemble vocals. I think that was probably the most apparent in like the bridge section of the song. I really love that a lot. I think it was like that kind of back and forth was really really nice, and I think that was probably why I liked the bridge so much, because I think there was a lot of definition in their voices that like just was really gorgeous. I think they did, obviously whoever produces did a phenomenal job of making those elements pop and sing a little bit more. I also like that really again like interesting synth tone at the beginning of the song, and I think they used it to full circle it at the end of the song. It's very deliberate. Like I appreciate that it like cuts through the song really well, and like it I would imagine is pretty iconic to the song itself. So I love how they kind of infused that into the track. I thought that was really, really nice. But damn, this is another really catchy one. I'm not really surprised. I feel like they've shown that they are not only vocally capable, but I think they've all got a really good thought process when it comes down to melody and putting it into the song. So I really like this. It felt a little slower in terms of like BPM, but I think it definitely like as soon as it started, I was like, even without chat telling me it's an iconic song, it just kind of gave like the aura of an iconic song. So I'm not really surprised, but this was phenomenal. So definitely love this. Sarah also said that they love this song. Very nice. And Jazz says, yep, one of their many iconic songs. Hey, so we got more. We love to see it. And Sally, hello. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate it coming through. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving tonight. We are cruising tonight. The next one we've got is Mr. Chew. So let's check it out. This was Apink's song, Mr. Chew. Very nice. I guess I'm gay now because I love Mr. Chew. That was terrible. I was finding a terrible way to set that up, but that's I'm just gonna go with it. Anyway, um, I thought this was incredible. This was Gucky's face. What a terrible way to find out on stream. No, I thought this was great. Phenomenal song. I mean, I probably could talk about this for. I would love to see the breakdown of this. I guess. Dosia says, thank you. Listen, if you've been with the channel for long enough, you know that's not my first awakening here. But I will say, at least for the song, like I would love to kind of get the breakdown on the like production of this, because I think to me like the song itself is incredible. Like obviously I could talk about it up and down, but I think to me like there's a lot of subtleties in this song where I was like I feel like there's just so much going on like from an instrumental standpoint that I really appreciate, and then you couple that with like phenomenal singing. To me, it just kind of just I could go and listen to it so many times. So I love that. I think to me there's a lot of cool like synth choices in this song. Like I loved there's like a little bit of, I don't know if y'all could hear it, but like there at the lower end of the song, there was like a like constant like sort of theremin sound in the background, or like kind of on the lower end of the song, and I love that because I think it's something that I don't. wasn't really fixating on entirely in the song, but it definitely kind of adds that sort of like, there's already some element of the song in there already to start off with, and I think they just kind of built off that even more so, and then you obviously add vocals onto that, and I think there's just so much definition in the way that the song moves. I think I kind of felt the same way that I felt about this one with I Don't Know. Like, I think there is like a lot of great movement in the song. I think the synth choices were really, really well put together. There's like that really cool, like pre chorus, like interesting synth line, which I think is awesome. Like after you got out of the bridge, they went into like a chromatic ascending run, which I thought was wild too. Like, and it transitioned so well into like the final chorus. Then you obviously get like the phenomenal vocals over top with like, some of the members like popping off. You've got some good like ensemble vocals. Like, it just to me felt like this had all the things that I already enjoyed about Apink throughout the well, technically 6 songs that I've listened to from them so far. And it just has that, just like, it has the best qualities, I feel like, so far of what they've been able to do. Obviously, I'm curious to see how the previous, or excuse me, future title tracks will sound going further, but I think this is just like, to me, this is like, I would argue this is a very quintessential Apink sound, and I would like to hope that they continue on with that. I obviously will find that out in the next like hour or so, but I felt like this was just an incredible song, extremely well written. I will definitely go back and give this a listen, and I feel like there's just so much other critiques that I could be making about the track, but it was just so good. And it was a phenomenal listening experience from front to back. So if you have not checked out Apink, I feel like this is one of the songs, if you have not listened to from them, you should absolutely do it. So very nice, very nice. Let's see, couple comments here. No Santa said in all caps, Mr. Chew. Jazz says this one is so fun, very nice. Gunky says another amazing song. Every Day with You. No Santa says. Connie says another very iconic song. Sally said just came in time for Mr. Chew. Hey, let's go. Gunky says how can you not love Mr. Chew? He is so much better than Rico. Very. And Gunky says I was just cringing on your segue into that. Hey, listen, if you aren't here for the cringe, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. Meek says this was the song that got Apink on my radar. Hey, let's go. That's awesome. Good to hear. Great taste. We love it. No Santa says next song has the most music show wins for a girls group. The Holy Trinity indeed. Wow. Okay. So this is a big song. All right. Well, we're gonna get into it. It is called Love. So let's check it out. Right. Well, this was Apink's Love. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thank you. Appreciate it. This was phenomenal as well. So I'll preface that at first I thought this was gonna be a ballad. It was giving ballad vibes, and I was like, ooh, we gonna get a ballad from Apink. But then like the like kind of, I don't know, like a little bit of like classic, like maybe 80s drumming or something like that. 80s, maybe like early 90s sort of drumming came in, and I was like, okay, they're definitely doing a different, not a, it was not a ballad at all. So I like that. I appreciate that. If it was a ballad, I'd still probably like it too. But um, this was very fun. I feel like to me, like Apink has kind of straddled this really interesting line for me where I love their songs that are like really upbeat. Obviously, we've checked out a few great ones so far tonight. But I feel like to me, it was like this was like kind of the first example where I was like, there wasn't as much instrumentation going on, and so like I was really able to kind of pick a little bit more of the nuances of their voices out. So I loved hearing that. I thought that was great. Um, I love kind of like the vocal cadence that they have in the chorus. I also love like the way that they kind of spelled out, like they said love and then also spelled it out like with like the LUV. I thought that was cool. Um, I think probably my favorite part of the song, and obviously you saw me making a bunch of faces, but like the bridge section was so cool. I love like I love how like the beginning the bridge kind of breaks off of the song in a really nice way, but then you get like halfway through and they like change the like melody and like it took a really interesting turn, and I just kind of was like, holy shit, like are they gonna go into like a key change or like something like that? And like at the very last moment they kind of like switch it up and then obviously bring it back to the like main melody of the chorus. And I thought that was really cool because like as much as y'all know I love key changes in a song, like I really appreciate that like they really made the song, especially the bridge of the song, just like so dynamically and melodically interesting that I was like, wow, like it kind of made me reappreciate the last chorus, right? Because like I think it takes you on this journey and it puts you in a different spot, and it makes you like distinctly point out like different things vocally in the song or like different elements of the song that I may not have noticed on first go around. So I love that they did that. Um, I like I said, I would have loved that they went and done like the key change and changed it up that way, but I also feel like this way like still kind of gives you that expectation of a key change, but like subverts it at the last moment. So I thought that was really cool. There was one member that I think was like I like their tonality and I like couldn't figure out who. Let me see if I can scroll through and see if I can find out the exact section here. Let me see. I'm not gonna find it again. God damn it. Was it earlier? I don't know. If I find it, if I remember it again, but I thought this was really, really incredible. It makes sense that it did go on to win a bunch of show wins because this is a great song. So love to see it. Gucky says love this. Connie says love this one. Very nice, very nice. No Santa gives it the applause. We love to see it. But yeah, very cool. It's a good song. No complaints here. So all right. We'll keep it moving tonight. The next one we've got on our playlist is Remember. So check it out. All right. Very nice. This was Apink's Remember. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. Gunky says, I'm not sure why, but this song reminds me of someone. It must be the water and it being a summer song. Shout outs to Alex. Meek says I had this song on repeat when it came out. Hey, let's go. And I did like the music box ending. That was cool. That was cool. This was very interesting. I enjoyed it a lot. I think this one has been like the more interesting production. So again, I'm very curious to see like obviously how everything moves forward. I think something that I just noticed now, or I just didn't even realize, right? Like I feel like some girls groups like obviously have like rappers or people that do rapping in the group, but I noticed that like Apink doesn't have any at all. So I obviously was something that I noticed at the beginning or early on, and I was like, wow, they don't have like a rap or anything. So that to me I think was something I noticed now. I don't know why I didn't notice it before, but I was like, it almost felt like obviously I love rappers in girls groups, but like I almost feel like their vocals just kind of still carry that sort of emphasis to their music that I feel like rappers and groups do. So I like that. Let's see. No Santa says Namju does sometimes, but is not a dedicated one. That is fine. I feel like as a collective, though, you know what I mean. Like I haven't heard it yet. Maybe there is some in future title tracks. Certainly, I'm not gonna rule it out. Certainly, but it was kind of like more of an anecdote, if anything. But I like this a lot. I thought this was very fun. I think the biggest thing that I noticed about this track, maybe comparatively to the other ones, is like the rhythm of this song is like so crazy. Like the way that they like break this chorus up, like they have like that really interesting sort of like rhythmic change like maybe about halfway through or like a couple bars in. And I thought that was so interesting. At first I was like, at first I was like, I don't know if I like that. Um but I was like, ooh, this feels very strange. And then like kind of as the song goes on, like I almost feel like those walls of me saying like, "Oh, I don't really like it," I think started to soften a little bit. I'm like, you know, I actually kind of enjoy it. And then like by the end of it, I was like, this is such a like distinct part of like the chorus of the song that I was like so like I enjoyed it more and more. Like I was like I'm surprised it wasn't more of a common thing, I guess. But I also thought like I could understand, I guess, from a catchiness aspect of it. It's like, okay, maybe it's a little jarring. But overall, I really enjoyed that aspect of the song. I thought it was cool. There's also like a lot of other rhythmic parts of the song where I was like, they're really pulling it based off of like that the rhythm of the track. So I like that. Vocally, I think this was probably amongst the stronger ones, certainly too. Like I really enjoyed like a lot of the like soaring moments in like the verses. I think the I also love that like the bridge of the song kind of again took that sort of soaring vocal a little bit further. So I thought that was really nice. That was awesome as well. Um but I think Apink continues to impress me like with how well and how extremely well executed their vocals are. Like I genuinely wasn't like I feel like normally by this point I'm like, "Ooh, I like this person." And like obviously Unji you know, I feel like Unji is great and I don't want to disrespect her because obviously I've talked about her in the latest title track, but I felt like there's so many members in this group that obviously I'll have to get the names of, but all of them are incredible. Like I genuinely know her just because her voice is so like big and full. But genuinely all of them I'm all like in my head, like in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, this is great. She's got fantastic vocals. Then like we move on to a new person. I'm like, wow, also great vocals. So I think collectively as like a 6 member group, like I genuinely don't know if there was I don't think that I feel like there's anybody in this group where I'm like, ooh, you know, like I'm not really maybe like a fan of their stylization or whatever. I genuinely think that their voices fit so well together in these songs. So I love that. But yeah, this was a great one. I would probably put this like maybe just outside of the favorites or like lower on the tier list for favorites tonight. But I thought I thought this was rad. So um no says or maybe I'm lying, I don't even know about about the A Pink rapper. Jazz says Bolmi is main rapper question mark. And Noah says, yeah, that's correct. Namju, Chorung, and Ha Young are also listed as sub raptors, funnily enough. Interesting. Okay. I That's surprising because I feel like none of them actually do any rapping thus far. Thus far. I could be wrong. So very nice, very nice. All right. Well, that was Remember. The next one we're going to be checking out is Only One. So let's give it a listen.
꿈을 꾸는 듯해 지쳐버린 하루의 끝엔 따스함으로 가득 날 감싸줘
All right. That was Apink, only one. If you're hanging out for the Apink deep dive, appreciate you. Very nice, very nice. Again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but man, I am starting to find that there are very little flaws, if any, to these songs. Wow. Um, this was great. Another phenomenal song. I think to me, this one was a little bit more. I feel like this one was different comparatively to some of the other songs that we listened to tonight, and I think there is a lot more. And again, there have been a great focus on great vocals, but I felt like with this one, like the way that they arranged them in this song was just so damn good. Like I loved a lot of the chorus specifically. I think like the way that they say like the only one baby, like just has like such a powerful and like palpable sort of like vocal energy to it that I just love. Like anytime that chorus came in and that like vocal section, it just felt like I don't know, it just felt like it came from the chest, right? Like it just had this sort of fullness to it that I just it was left sitting here just like stuttered by how strong it felt, you know what I mean? So I really love that. I also really like the synth in this song. I think they did a really great job with that. It felt like it had this sort of like floaty, sort of larger than life sort of feeling to it. So I appreciate that a lot. I think this song does a great job of, lifting their vocals up even more so. I think something else I really also enjoyed about this track a lot was the bridge. I think that was probably again another phenomenal bridge from Apink, but I feel like the bridge had such a cool like way that they peeled off from like the verse chorus that you heard before. And I think they were able to kind of do a lot more like powerful vocals. I think they were able to kind of give that sort of depth to their tones a little bit more so than in the verses. But wow, holy shit, I think this one's up there for favorites as well. I just can't get like a lot of the melody choices out of my head. And like I said, I think just the dynamicness of the chorus in the song were just like unworldly. So I love this song. Like shout outs obviously whoever did the production for this as well. They did a phenomenal job. So this is awesome. Gunky says they had me at amazing synths. Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving with more Apink. The next one looks like it's coming from a special album. I have no idea what song this is, but it looks like a holiday song. So let's check it out.
Cause you're my star 내 편이 돼줘 You're my star 내 곁에 있어줘 나의 별이 되어줘 깜깜해진 밤 모두가 잠든 이 시간 오직 너와 나 별을 가득 담은 하늘만 이 초대받은 밤 오늘만큼 You're my star 내 편이 되자 You're my star 내 곁에 있어줘 반짝이는 밤하늘이 보이지 않아 내겐 네가 있잖아 별빛이 아름다운 이 밤에 눈부신 너를 느낄 수 있게 쏟아지는 별처럼 내게 오겠니 Every day and night You're my star.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. I would assume it's something star related, but can't be for sure. But this was Apink. It says Star of Stars is the cuz you're my star. Okay. So, very nice. If you're joining for Apink's deep dive, appreciate you. Very nice. Gunky says you're my star. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gunky. You as well. Chad is my star. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this a lot. I think this is very like bubbly, very much on brand, where I feel like a lot of the Apink stuff kind of has that like very like shimmery overtones, and this song definitely kind of has everything that I have expected from Apink in one song. The chorus is extremely infectious, which I love. I think that'll be stuck in my head for sure, for the next couple weeks. But I really enjoyed it. I think, to me, like, the one section I thought was very interesting was they kind of had that like 808 drop section in like the second verse, but like just did like a dance break for it. So that was, I feel like it was very similarly to, I'm pretty sure it was I don't think it was Hush. I'm pretty sure it was My, if I'm not mistaken. But like they kind of had like a little bit of a dance break section. But other than that, like I said, I think this is another well-written song. I think this is one that I would listen to if it came up on my like streaming service and I was listening to this one. But yeah, overall, very sweet, very, very nice, very bubbly, very like major key tones, which I like to see. And yeah, I don't know. There wasn't like, I feel like this song is just like an extremely well written song. I think most people would enjoy this one, or at least find it catchy at the very least. So I would say that this one is another really solid one. So I don't really have a lot of critiques about this, but enjoyed the funness of it. It was very sweet. So very cool. Very cool. All right, we're keeping it schmoovin'. The next one we got is 5. So let's check that one out.
와요 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 와 너와 나 지금부터 잠시 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 눈을 감고 가만히 서 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 잠시만 너와 내가 이렇게 쉬는 시간 그대는 나가 와요 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 잠은 너와 내가 잠시도 쉬지 않고서 여기까지 왔는데 yeah. 한 번도 갖지 못했었던 내가 나로 있던 시간 속에 둘이서 함께 바라보고 있던 세상은 점점 멀어지고 있어 내가 지치지 않게 다시 놓치지 않게 기적이 필요한 찰나에 너와 나 지금부터 잠시 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
All right, very cool. This was Apink's 5. Very nice. All right, let's see what we got here. A couple comments. Gunky says, love the chorus in this song. Jazz says, Bomi looks so cute in her little bob. Gunky agrees. And Meek says, I think the pre chorus is my favorite part in this. Very nice, very nice. I did also like the pre chorus and chorus of this song. So chat is on fire with that. Love to see it. Um, I think this again, this go back. Can you go back to them? Okay, perfect. I'll get to the table scene here. Okay. Which is perfect because that actually transitions into my commentary. So thank you, No Santa. This song was great. I think to me, I obviously like the pre-chorus and chorus of the song, but I really like the bridge. I whoever is in this far right, whoever's the far right vocalist here, I loved her. Like I think she was the one who was doing like that little bit of vocal pop off at the end of the bridge. She was awesome. Namju, shout outs. She was fantastic. So I was just like, I feel like I again did not. I feel like her and Unji, I feel like are the two that, if I had to guess, I feel like are the two that typically do like those pop up vocals. Um, but man, this was so dynamically fun as well too. Like I think this kind of keys very similar to a lot of the Apink songs where I'm like, I obviously could talk about how great all of their vocals are, and that's obviously the case with this one as well. But I think to me there was like a lot of interesting, like, I don't know, there's a lot of interesting cadence to the way that they kind of go about like some of their singing in this song that I really like. That like the why oh why oh why oh why, like I don't know why, but like that melody sticks in my head and I really enjoyed it. And like there's obviously other moments where I feel like the melody choices just kind of like do a really interesting job of kind of like really sticking in my head as a listener, and I appreciate that as I would imagine. Again, they have so far they have 18 title tracks, or roughly about that. And I think for them to all have kind of a distinct sort of writing style or things that kind of thread them all together, I think is so interesting to me. And I think it's often why I love doing a lot of these deep dives, because again, I love that there's there's such a dynamicism to the way that like K-pop songs are written, and so I really appreciate that a lot. And I think again, a lot of these songs are very like self-serving in the sense of like I'm always like, damn, their vocals are great. Like I could easily just cop out and say like all of these songs are great, all of these songs do that, and there's obviously some occasions where I'll do that, but um genuinely I think that the writing and the way that they're like the way that their team went together and was trying to think about how to put these vocals together, I think is really methodical. And so I got to give them a lot of appreciation for like just the composition of their music. So I really enjoyed this one. Another very bright song, very major key, but I feel like a lot of the A-Pink stuff has been kind of in that category. So it's been great to see. So No Santa says, I just realized we haven't done this yet. From left to right is Naeun, which is the visual face of the group. Cho Rong, hopefully I've pronounced that right. She's the leader. I just assume this is her. Bomi is rapper, question mark, as the middle. Yeah, because I remember Jazz pointing out her bob, so I also knew that. Ha Young, Maknae, I do remember that because I talked about her in the most current title track. Unji also talked about her as well, and then Namju, she's also great. I feel like she's a sleeper for me. I didn't like. There's a few songs where I liked her vocals, but I just didn't know which member it was. So now I know. I'll try to put the names to faces here. So, um, I'm also not gonna lie. I feel like the one, the Neon, I feel like she, who does she look? She kind of has a similar face structure to someone in a different group, and I'm like, now I'm gonna be not confused, but she kind of looks like one of the members from ITZY, and I can't remember what her name is. Unfortunately, at this I'm blanking, but I feel like her facial structure is simpler. So if I can remember it, or if I'll look it up, I'll take a look at it later. But she definitely reminds me of somebody from ITZY. I'm pretty sure. So very nice, very nice. This is cool. I've been digging them. They've been great. So very nice, very nice. We're gonna keep it moving with the next one. This one is "I'm So Sick," which I'm not, but Ryujin, yes, yeah, Gungi, that was it. I couldn't remember her name. I don't know why. It's been a long day, but yeah. Dosena says the second Trinity begins. Oh wow, okay, we'd love to see it. All right, let's go.
I'm so sick of lying. You gotta know that. 사이즈네, baby. 일부러, baby. I'm a liar. 사실 보고 싶은 말이 조금은 들려. 예전처럼 내게 안겨서 똑같이 말 싶어. 아닌 척을 해 목소리가 떨려도 일도 없어. 예전의 느낌 그때의 감정이 단 일도 없어. 매일 밤 전화해 맨정신도 아닌데 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. 달콤해, day day. 힘들어, baby. I'm a liar. Do you love me? 사실 사랑했던 말이 조금 헷갈려. 자꾸 흔들리는 내 모습이 너무 미워져. 들키지 않게 뻔한 거짓말을 해. 일도 없어. 예전의 느낌 그때의 감정이 단 일도 없어. 매일 밤 전화해 맨정신도 아닌데 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. 솔직히 매일 너의 목소리 기다리고 있어. 처음처럼 마음을 훔쳐줘. 너무 늦기 전에. 일도 없어. 예전의 느낌 그때의 감정이 단 일도 없어. 매일 밤 전화해 맨정신도 아닌데 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. 일도 없는 진심. So baby bye bye bye.
Woo. All right, all right, all right. Very nice. All right, this was Apink's "I'm So Sick." Very nice, very nice. Gungi says the dice make a comeback for this MV only to get torched. Nozea says this concept change had us all gagged back in the day. Oh, okay. Love to see it. Jazz says my second favorite title track. Ooh, Gunky says another iconic song. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this a lot. I think this one. I think I've noticed something I've noticed something about Apink. You know, I think that they go through, and that's not, again, this is not any disrespect to any of the songs that happened before this, but like I think there's something very interesting where there's like a few tracks and they're all really good. Like I said, all of these are all really good. But like, you know, if we go back to No No No, Mr. Chu and Love, like those were all really phenomenal songs. And you have like Remember, Only One, um, the Star song, excuse me, Five. You know, like they have a few couple songs in between, and those are all great too. But like, I feel like they almost go through like I almost feel like they go through like a soft reset. You know what I mean? Like there's like every couple years or like or excuse me, not years. Every couple comebacks, they're like, is this the time we're gonna switch it up? Like, are we gonna do something a little bit fresh? You know? And I felt like with this one, like comparatively to all of the songs so far, like this one also feels very different and like unique to them. And I like that. And so I can imagine like after a couple songs, you know, after having a couple songs that have come out, like I would imagine this had such a sort of like refreshing sort of refreshingness to the song, like to Apink. So I like that. I appreciate that, and I think it's cool to see that like groups like this kind of again go through that sort of cycle of that. And maybe I'm just imagining things, but I would like to think that I don't know. I think that they take that into consideration to some degree, you know, like I think that they always have to kind of like, I think as artists, you have to constantly try to kind of reinvent yourselves. And obviously maybe in K-pop, it's a little bit less, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more structured because it's in K-pop and that's just how it is. But I do feel like with this comeback, at least, I would think, wow, this is such a different like tonal shift, you know? So I appreciate that a lot. But I thought this was great. I love that they kind of based the song slightly around like a little bit of a like they had like different like moments where they almost sampled or like had done something like melody wise with like a either vocalized moment from one of the members in Apink or just kind of like a sampled voice. But like I love the way that it kind of like mixed it into the song where it kind of almost felt like there was another person like either doing the voice or like kind of manipulating their voice in a really nice way or interesting way, excuse me. So I thought that was really cool, and I like that. I think that was kind of what stood out to me the most about this track. I also just kind of enjoyed like the overall pacing of the song. Like it felt like it had like a little bit of a higher BPM. Like the song seemed like it had really good movement to it, so I appreciate that a lot. And I like how they slowed it down in the bridge. Like they kind of give you that like moment to kind of like really savor the song a little bit more, and you know, obviously get to highlight some stronger vocals. So I thought that was really great too. But I just kind of love like the danceableness of the song. Like I just like I was just vibing. I was having a good time. You know what I mean? So like it was cool to see that. So like this is a great song. I like I said, I imagine as maybe somebody who had not heard of Apink before, I feel like this is also another good point to jump in and like let's start listening to their music, because I feel like there's definitely certain elements of this song that I'd be curious if they translated into future title tracks. So very nice. Uni says, I'm pretty sure this was the first song I heard from them. So good. Hey, let's go. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving with the Trinity per No Santa. So we're gonna check out the next one. So let's give it a listen. Thank you, No Santa. Like this pre-chorus.
간질간질 내가 먼저 섭하게 그런 사람이 아니 안 될 것 같아 행복할래 흥기쁘게 벅차오르게 만들어줘 자신 없음 goodbye 진심 없는 그 달콤한 말은 thank you but sorry 대답해줄래 나타나줘 눈 깜짝할 사이 아무나 안돼 나타나줘 날 잡는 사이 멋져 밥거리의 음악은 붐붐붐 너무 멋져 창밖으로 보이는 뷰뷰뷰 매번 이때쯤 되면 유혹들이 새도 흔들릴 때도 But no 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 완벽한 그림인걸 내 소화엔 걸맞는 액자 기다려 정말 번들번들 반듯하네 헛수고인가 That is not enough baby 마음이 많이 따뜻한 게 중요해 그런 사람이 아니 안 될 것 같아 행복할래 흥기쁘게 벅차오르게 만들어줘 자신 없음 goodbye 진심 없는 그 달콤한 말은 thank you but sorry 대답해줄래 나타나줘 눈 깜짝할 사이 아무나 안돼 나타나줘 날 잡는 사이 몇 번을 해봐도 너무나 힘들었지 전부 다 똑같아 다시 난 했었지 하지만 외로워 또 기대고 싶어 이런 날 모르고서 겉모습으로만 다가오려 대답해줄래 나타나줘 눈 깜짝할 사이 아무나 안돼 나타나줘 내가 잡는 사이
So did they summon like a did they summon like a suit? I don't- I don't I don't get the plot line, but hey, whatever. That's okay. All right, this was it looks like it was Ung Ung is the name. Very nice. Thank you, No Santa. A couple comments here. Jazz says, "Now this banger, eh? Let's go." Gungi says, "This is another great one." Uni says, "An all-timer right here. Let's go." Jazz says, so good." And No Santa says that vocal syncopation with the synth in the pre-chorus hits just right. I would also agree. I like that syncopation. I thought that was really cool. That was something I also noticed as well. I love the kind of lushness of this song as well too. Like I think the synth choice also just kind of like permeates the song in a really beautiful way. I don't know, chat can keep me honest on this one, but this kind of gives me that same sort of like pattern of music where a lot of K-pops were doing that really kind of like 80s synth like type song. Like I don't know if this came out around that same year bracket of like where groups were doing that sort of synthy pop sort of thing going on within K-pop. Again, very kind of like the Weekend, like Blinding Lights type era, you know. So I don't know if this came out in around of a similar time. I would imagine it kind of did if I'm not mistaken, but I could, again, chat's gonna keep me honest on that. But I thought this was very nice. Definitely I feel like as we got into like I'm So Sick, like I just feel like they're kind of in a different like era, you know what I mean? And I think it kind of goes back to like No Santa's comment about like the trinity of these songs. Like I feel like they're such a like focal point in the sense of like this song and I'm So Sick kind of have in common, where like what you feel like you know about Apink in terms of the writing style, I think is almost flipped on its head in some ways. Now, I do feel like they do contain a lot of like similar qualities, but I just feel like tonality or like maybe maturity level, like these songs just feel a little bit more like mature, if that makes sense. And that's not like a bad thing. I'm not saying like they're old songs, but like I think there's just kind of like a maturity in terms of the writing style, and I think I appreciate that a lot. Like there's something cool about, again, listening to all of these songs back to back to back, because like obviously I just found out about Apink, and I've listened to some other songs from Apink I think beforehand, but my familiarity with them really kind of started on Monday. And so it's cool to see kind of like their growth as an artist, and I think K-pop is probably one of the best instances of I think I think that there's such a interesting thing where I feel like K-pop groups just do things differently, and I love to see that. And I think like their collective thoughts on like writing or like how they need to kind of like change their sound or something like that, I think is very evocative of like these past couple songs that we've listened to. So I appreciate that a lot, and I still feel like they contain a lot of the things that I like about Apink, but at the same point, I think putting in a fresh coat of paint on it. So, but yeah, I thought this was really, really good. I liked, again, very similarly to No Stand Up, that pre-chorus. I think that's great. I think the chorus is really solid as well. Like I said, this synth laden sound, I think, did a really good job in this era of K-pop. So I like that. Um, I also thought the bridge was really cool. I think in totality, I think I've liked a lot, if not most of the bridges in Apink's music. So whoever is doing like those transitions into the bridges of like Apink songs have been great. But yeah, I think there's just like this smoothness to it. Like there's just like this really cool like effortlessness that I think their music has. And like what I've noticed, I guess, more currently about Apink is like their tonalities seem like even more distinct than before. Like you can hear like maybe like the more soft palettes that they use vocally, or like you have Unji, which has like that like big, more boisterous sort of sound to their voice. So I think it's cool to see like the different variations that they have in their discography. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. This is also a really phenomenal song as well. No says noticing this was around COVID time and thinking that it wasn't that long ago. Looks at the year. Yikes. Yeah, I was gonna say this came out in 2019, so that's why I was trying to figure out whether or not like, because let me see. I want to see when the weekend blinding lights, because that came out in 2020. So it was I was like early 20. Oh wait, no. The video came out in January, but like the song itself looks like it came out around like November in 2019. So that's probably where my counterpoint came from that. So that makes sense. But very cool, very cool. Enjoyed this one as well. So all right. We're gonna move it on to Dum Durum. Hopefully I've not butchered the naming of the song. So let's check it out. Very like runway. Love it.
Hey 느낌이 너무 이상한 걸 좀 나를 위해 보내 준다는 말이 감은 두려워 너무 참 잘 맞아서 하루하루 밀어냈던 느낌 그대로 화려해 갇혀진 모습 다 들킬까봐 겁나 너는 내맘 몰라 걱정 마 baby I'm so fine 있지 시간이 정말 모든 걸 지워준다 해도 someday 다 그렇게 된대도 내 맘은 덤덤덤덤 봐봐 yeah 내 맘은 덤덤덤덤 거짓말 같다고 말하지 마 내 맘은 덤덤덤덤
All right, very cool. This was Apink's Dum Da Rum. Very nice. If you're joining for the deep dive, appreciate you. Thanks for hanging. All right, couple comments here. Let's see what we got. Kogi says another amazing song. Jazz says love this one as well. Connie says like this one. Biscuit says love this one too. Gogi says love this one as well. Uni says yep, another classic. And Meek says this is my favorite title song post concept change. The choreo when they sing the title is so satisfying to watch. And Gucky says the artist I'm going to do a concert stream for does a rocker cover that combines this song. And I'm so sick. It's amazing. Ooh, wow, very cool, very cool. Love to see it. I enjoyed this a lot. This was really damn good. I probably would say out of the three that No Santa has dubbed the trilogy part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I thought this one's probably my favorite of the three of those songs. It was just like so danceable, very fun. I think to me, like, what I love about them is like, and again, very similarly to my comment I just made on the previous song, is like there was so much vocal texture in this song. Like I don't think that I really picked up on it in their earlier music, but I feel like with the post concept change, like there's so much more definition and stylization to their tones that like I'm like, oh wow, like this isn't something that I heard from like Namju before, or like or Ha Young or like Bomi. Like there's definitely some moments where I like appreciated their vocals, and I was like, they all have like a very distinct like tonality to them now, and so I thought that was very interesting, very cool. I think it obviously helps me kind of differentiate them a little bit better as well too, which is always a plus. But I think there's just such a like very like fun, lively sort of sound that this song has, and I just like could listen to this a ton more times just because I think it's just got like a very ease, like you're just vibing, like it's a very good like vibe song that just feels nice to the ears, and I just love that. I like the synth choice in this as well. Like I think it does have like it has like just the right amount of like punch to it, where I think it cuts through the song really well. It meshes up well with their vocals too. But I think it has like enough edge to it where I'm like, wow, this is so fun, very interesting. Um, I also just feel like you said, it's kind of got like a runway sort of feel to it. Like it just like what I kind of imagine that sound to kind of transcend to be. So I love that. But yeah, I think this was extremely well written. Like I said, I would say out of the three like trilogy songs, I think this one's probably my favorite by probably a pretty large margin. It just like you put it on and you just instantly feel good. Like there's just something about it just like, in my opinion, I feel like just kind of encapsulates the listener. So great song. I'm genuinely not surprised that it's some of y'all's favorites because it is also one of mine. So makes sense. Gungi says this song just hits. I agree. So, all right, we're keeping it moving. The next one we've got is Dilemma. So, check it out.
끝났다고 You never love me 이미 처음 같지 않다
love the textures in the second verse. Very cool.
오늘도 역시나 너무 길어 오는 길이라고 믿고 싶어 나 혼자 속삭이고만 꺼진 불이라도 좋아 사랑인 척해도 돼 괜찮아 상처받아도 좋아 네 맘에 내가 없는 게 더 아파 딜레마 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 솔직히 너 없이 난데 Baby love you I love you I love you 못 보는데 미치도록 사랑해 Love you I love you I love you 밖은 내가 해 딜레마 네가 너무나 필요해 everyday 꿈이라면 빨리 날 깨워줄래 좀 사랑했던 그때로 돌아와주면 돼 My love Baby love you I love you I love you 못 보는데 미치도록 사랑해 Love you I love you I love you 밖은 내가 해 딜레마
Ooh. All right. Very cool. This was Apink's Dilemma. Very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one was definitely the more I don't know, it was definitely a unique like approach on this one. I loved the choreography in this. I think I haven't really talked a lot about their choreography, but I felt like this one was so cool. I love a lot of like their like hand movements and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And like the way it was shot was also incredible. Um, but man, I really enjoyed the kind of danceability of the song. Another like I think they like after post like change in their music, like they definitely like a lot of these songs are extremely like danceable, like almost feel like I would say like borderline, if not like club bangers in some ways. But man, I really enjoyed this one a lot. The chorus, I think was super cool. I like the way that they kind of emphasize like they like kind of use a sort of lyricism in the chorus, like for like dilemma, like the way that they kind of break it off, and that's some in an interesting way. I thought that was really fun. Something else that I noticed was like how like textured that second verse is. I really like that a lot. I think that would probably be one of my favorite parts of the song. I just think there's a lot of cool like panning and like different elements that they added into that second verse that was really cool. Um, and then as well as that, I think this also had like a good bit of like pop off. Like Namju was like one of the members that I noticed a lot. I also feel like I'm starting to pick up more of like the way that she sings. And I'm just like, damn, I really love her voice. But um, this was another really phenomenal song. Like again, I think like there's just a lot of earworm and like ear candy sorts of sounds in this song that I think just kind of like I just was like sat here enjoying like all of it. I think just trying to take it all in and like really absorb it all. And so I really really loved that a lot. But yeah, this one was rad. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I can imagine. I think like the only thing that I noticed like post change of like their sound is that like I feel like there's some moments in their music where I'm like, damn, like I kind of remember when they used to do like a lot more like vocal pop off moments or like they incorporated a lot more like vocal layering. And while I do feel like some of that is replaced by like the way that the song is like written synth wise or like other instrumentation wise, um, I still feel like there's things that I appreciate about like the way that they sounded in their previous stylization, but there's also some things that I think the way that they've transitioned into their new sound I think has been really cool as well too. So like I can understand why I feel like again, if you're an Apink fan from previous, then it's like I get it, but I also can understand like if you came into Apink with this type of song, like why there's an enjoyment there. And like if you love both eras, then obviously kudos to you. But like I could see both sides of the fence where it's like, I think you love your groups because you love your group. So it's an interesting sort of section. But I've enjoyed both ends of the scale. So I think they've both been bangers. So it's cool to see obviously their growth as artists. So Meek says the pre-chorus is so pretty. I would also agree. Andy said so good. Udi said I found out about them later and never knew all of these bangers came out back to back to back. Hey, let's go. And then they also said I think this is my favorite. Ooh, nice. Okay. No Santa says I've started liking this nowadays, but I think I hated it when it came out because I felt like their last song before maybe be their last song before disbandment. Wow. Okay. I could see that line in the sand certainly. Cookie says sometimes I meant to mention uh earlier or something I meant to mention earlier, excuse me, but forgot. Unji was a judge on the Girls on Fire survival show I loved. Ooh, wow. Okay. That's good. Shout outs to her doing that. That's awesome. Love to see it. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving. We've got a couple more left. D&D is the next one. So let's check it out.
Yeah. 하늘을 바라본 게 글쎄 언제였더라 생각도 안 나잖아
I could. Or do not disturb.
눈을 맞춰 입꼬리 up 보여줄 smiley face 지금은 네 room 한 구석에서 긴 한숨을 후 혼자 걱정하진 않게 이젠 새로 살았던 빨래 속에 골라봐봐 내 예색 만나게 될 거야 네 가능성 하나하나 picture frame Just D&D 나 누구도 막을 수 없어 계속 걸어 네 방식대로 find your way Just D&D 나 언제나 living like you're 22 Better, better, better move 넌 있는 모습 그대로 믿어봐 yeah, 해야 하는 것보단 하고 싶은 걸로 과감하게 take that baby 그래도 돼 Why not oh, 행복이라는 건 생각 외로 단순해 너만 특별해도 다 헤맨해도 사실 여기 있는 걸네 마음의 room 한 구석으로 미뤄왔던 꿈또 외면하지는 않게 때론 아무 대책 없이 내일을 꺼내도 괜찮아 네 마음속에 가득 쌓인 너 전부 다 털어봐 Just D&D 나
I love that pre-chorus. Wow.
계속 걸어 네 방식대로 find your way Just D&D 나 언제나 living like you're 22 Better, better, better move 넌 있는 모습 그대로 믿어봐 사는 게 문득 불안할 땐 네 곁에 있는 나를 기억해 비가 온 뒤 더 단단해질 너를 알잖아 늘 함께 할 거야 어른이 돼간 너의 과정에 헤맨다고 해도 괜찮으니까 Find a way 희망이 비추는 world 걸어 더 눈부시게 빛날 때 Just D&D 나 온 세상 가득했지 너만의 Color 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 좋아지는 모습 그대로 live your life Just D&D 나 누구도 막을 수 없어 계속 걸어 네 방식대로 find your way D&D 나 누구도 가득 채워 24 Better 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 move 좋아지는 모습 그대로 live your life You better 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 move 넌 있는 모습 그대로 믿어봐
Hey, let's go. All right. This was Apink D&D. Very nice. Thank you for joining. If you've been joining for the deep dive, appreciate you. Let me see here. Um, Cookie says not to be confused with D&D. I love that. I love that. Um, yeah, no, I thought this was incredible. Really enjoyed like the chorus, the pre-chorus and the chorus of the song were chef's kiss. They were so good. I love kind of like the dynamicism of like the that like build up in that pre-chorus is so good. I love that like little drum roll section. I think that's so fun. And then just kind of like the ear candy quality of the chorus in this song is just so memorable. I love that. Um Definitely kind of giving that like first thoughts were like a little, I would say like more of a modern, I don't know, like, it kind of gives me, like, a Jackson 5, like, modern interpretation of that, like, definitely I don't wanna say similar chord phrasings, but just, like, my mind goes to that sort of, like, stylization, so I thought that was really cool. Um as well as that, I think there's, like, a lot more focal point on, like, their singing and, like, obviously how well their voices kinda, like, pop off, so I love that. I think I would imagine this is another era for them. I know they did, from what I could gather looking on the screen, I think there's 5 members now, so I know No Santa had said that another member left later on, but overall, I thought this was great. This is like extremely catchy. Like I said, I spoiler alert to those who haven't checked out my thoughts on the newest title track, but I just feel like their vocals are just so good, and I think they were highlighted really well in that song. And I feel like very similarly, I think this song is just like extremely catchy, really fun, and probably be a song I will be going back and listening to again. So I'd probably place this pretty high up for me because it was just such a blast to listen to. So I enjoyed this one a lot. I think I've enjoyed at least a handful, if not a good majority of the song from like each new era from Apink. So very nice. Gungi says that they could see that in the chorus. Very nice. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving. The next one we've got is Wait Me There. So let's check it out.
안녕 오늘은 어떤 하루를 보냈니 괜시리 난 기분이 좋은 걸 보면 우리 처음 만난 그날이 다가오나 봐 같은 일상 속을 살다 느끼는 특별한 이런 기분은 매번
Wow. Nice. All right. Very sweet. I feel like I gotta leave that up. Very nice. This was Apink. Wait Me There. Very nice. Very nice. No, it says I don't think we've listened to any of the others, but they've released a song to commemorate their debut. Almost all of their 15 years. These are the last. These last few are those. Oh, okay. And no, it says Panda is the fandom name. If you can't tell, I did not know. So now I know. Um, I thought this was very sweet. I again don't want to kind of harp on my commentary a little bit, but I feel like anytime we cover like fandoms, like song, like fan songs, like I again just being introduced or indoctrinated into Apink, like I feel like for me, like as much as I enjoy this song and I like it and I think it's very cute, like I like it. You know, I think it's very enjoyable. I think their voices are incredible, of course, as per usual. But I don't feel that I have the same like appreciation for this song that I feel like the fandom does, right? Like the people that are pandas that love Apink, like this is their song. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is shit that I cannot like. I can only speak about because I've been checking them out for the past like 2 hours, right? But I think if you're a fan, like, and if I was to put myself in the position of being a fan of Apink for such a long time, like, I think it's such a sweet aspect to it. And I think I've mentioned it before about like fan songs, but like, I just love seeing that there's just such an appreciation for like groups appreciating their fans. And that's not to say that that isn't true across any genre. I mean, I think there always is, but like I don't I would be very hard pressed to find like a western artist doing something like this in this sort of way. You know what I mean? Like I obviously love and appreciate there's a ton of western artists that I listen to, but like K-pop I think is the only genre I can think of where they do something similar to this, or they're in that same sort of like this is they like instinctually are like, oh, we have to write a song, you know, like not have to, but feel like they like want a song dedicated to their fans, you know. And so to me it's like so cool, and I think it's like something that some aspect of, you know, the large scope of K-pop that I really appreciate, because I think, you know, I think it you know, from somebody who's new to a group, I think I appreciate it. But like for someone who's been there since the beginning, like or early on, like I think it really means a lot that, you know, they write something like this, or like, you know, have that sort of appreciation for, you know, who care about their group. So I love to see it. I think it's great. And like I said, no amount of commentary about the song does not detract from their love of what you do. So it's cool to see. So I love that. Jazz says their light stick is a pink panda. It's so cute. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. That's actually really adorable. I'll have to check out the light stick later on. And Gunky says this is a Gunky type of song, but Brandon, you probably know this. Yep. It was under my first instinct, but very nice. I'll also say this now because I feel like we have the time to. But if there's any B sides from Apink that you would like me to check out, we could tack those on at the end because we still got a good bit of time left over. So I figured if there's any B sides that you would like me to listen to, definitely let me know and I'll throw them on the end. If you could, once we get into the final song, just shoot them over. We can do that. We could do the cover. That'd be cool. So, yep. If you get once we get closer to the end, which we've got like two more, and I think we'll probably run through Love Me More a little bit quicker, then we can go through those. So, all right. We're keeping it moving. The next one we've got on the list is Tap Clap. Very nice. Meek says, haha, you reminded me about Backstreet Boys' Larger in Life, which is their fan song. Okay, I had no idea about that. And I mean, I didn't listen to a ton of Backstreet Boys. I was more of an NSYNC guy, but that's cool. Good to hear. I had no idea. That's a nugget of wisdom I did not know. So very nice. All right, let's keep it schmoving.
시끄러운 세상 노이즈한 내
They do.
머릿속
That's true.
희미한 불안 속 무한한 멜랑콜리서 Oh my 이 세계가 넓어 예지였더라도 놀아볼래 still the show Are you ready? Tap, clap, packing your bag Bring it all back 보여줄래 rockstar Don't stop 멈추지 마 Bring it all back Won't choose you Yeah 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 Boom clap 준비됐어 우리만의 Show me your tap clap Welcome to the pink shop 우리 짙은 그 향기로 한 번뿐인 지라도 like a birthday 거친 시선 고민 따윈 날려버려 준비됐어 모두 여기 와서 You see 빠져볼래 Tap, clap, packing your bag Bring it all back 보여줄래 rockstar 정핀 겁먹지 마 우리만의 Won't choose you Yeah 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 Boom clap 멈추지 마 우리들의 Show me your tap clap Love you more than anything 유일한 우리만의 still the show Over ready to you 이리 왔어 Tap, clap, packing your bag Bring it all back 보여줄래 rockstar Don't stop 멈추지 마 Bring it all back Won't choose you
The vocal runs. Nice.
날아올라 서로에게 영원 속의 하이틴 Jumping 슬픈 춤을 취하마 시작됐어 tap clap
Hey, let's go. All right, that was Apink's tap clap. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Gucky says the song is so much fun, and Unji really likes the bananas. Yes, she does, which is funny. I enjoyed this a lot. I think this was very infectious, very fun. I like that. Like, I love their like vocal riffing going on in the song. It was just so encapsulating. Like, I really, really enjoyed it a lot. I think it's extremely catchy, very dynamic. Which is I feel like not what I would expect him to do, but I love that. You know, subverts my expectations of them. You know, so but I also just kind of love like their energy. I feel like that also affected my love of this song. Like just seeing them being absolute goobers, you know what I mean? Like, and I say that affectionately. I am a goober myself, but um they just look like they're just having like just a good time. So I love that. They seem hilarious. Um but yeah, this is extremely catchy, really fun. Like I said, I was kind of shocked. I'll give you honest. Like I obviously, and there's some like really good like vocal runs too, like mixed in there. Just like not, I feel like they did it just because they could, but like it was just so infectious. Like it was so fun, really again dynamic, and just like was a fun ride overall. Like it almost made me want it to be longer. Like the song is like 2.5 minutes long, but honestly, if they gave me like an extra 30 seconds, I'd be like super stoked. But this is a fun song. This is probably, in my opinion, I feel like their most fun song, like visualizing and also like enjoying. So very cool. Let's see. No, Santa says they're also insane, by the way. Their variety is always entertaining. And Gogi says the song has a similar feeling and sound to Clap Clap by Nizu, at least in the chorus. Yep, I could hear the similarities for that. So love it. No, Santa says I was also kind of it was also kind of giving me Bang a Bang vibes. That's true too. So very nice, very nice. All right, well, we're closing it off with the most current one, the one that I checked out on Monday, which is "Love Me More." So let's jump into it. I'm also curious how old they are. I need to look. I want to know if I'm in a similar bracket. Oh, okay. We're close.
너의 두 눈 속엔 내가 가득할 땐 세상을 다 가진 듯한 기분 벅찬 설렘 속에 또다시 꿈꾸곤 해 끝이 없는 너란 꿈 사랑이라는 소중한 마음 너니만 몰라 그저 흘러가버릴 금쪽일 뿐이야 넌 내게 원해 내 새롭게 가슴 뛰게 해 You're mine 너만이 내 답인 거야 영원은 없다 해도 믿지 않을 거라고 Baby 처음 느낀 그대로 늘 love me more 시간이 흘러도 난 여전히 너야 Oh baby 먹지 않을 꿈결처럼 love me more 영원히 계속될 꿈인 듯이 이대로만 love me more 영원토록 love me more love me more 지금처럼 love forever love me more 이대로만 love me more 영원히 계속될 꿈인 듯이 너로 인해 빈채 마주했던 이 세상 이토록 날 빛낸 너의 그 사랑 누굴까 네가 완성되는 이 순간 너에게도 속삭여주고 싶어 영원은 없다 해도 잊지 않을 거라고 Baby 처음 느낀 그대로 늘 love me more 시간이 흘러도 난 여전히 너야 Oh baby 먹지 않을 꿈결처럼 love me more 영원히 계속될 꿈인 듯이 이대로만 love me more 이대로만 love me more 영원토록 love me more
Still gets me. Oh,
love me more 지금처럼 love forever 이대로만 love me more 영원히 계속될 꿈인 듯이
oof, so good, so good. All right, this was Apink. Love Me More. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, let's see. Connie says love this song. Gagi says Unji is 32. Yeah, I did. I pull up the K profiles. I am like 5 months older than she is. So that's crazy. And she looks about like 10 years younger than me. So that's crazy. No Santa says Nayun is only 2 days younger than me. Listen, I feel that. No Santa. Gunky says, I feel like you'll appreciate this song even more now. I do. Yeah. I think to me, like, I think that's kind of the magic of like doing these, like, to me at least, like, obviously I feel like Biscuit felt bad that I checked this one out, but honestly, we probably would have put Apink on the back burner and not checked them out until much later. So it actually worked out in that case. So thank you, Biscuit. But and No Santa. But I thought to me, like, this song was incredible when I listened to it on Monday, but I do feel like, to me, like, now the song kind of has more of a specialty to it. You know what I mean? Like, I love the way that their voices just meld well together. Like, I kind of believe that throughout their, like, earlier music and obviously currently now, but I just feel like they really kind of fine tuned their craft over the years. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something really special about, like, their vocals, and I'm glad that they're still making music, because I think, to me, like, if you've got great vocals like this and you can continue on and still do it, like, that's lovely. And obviously wish all the best to Apink in the future, but, like, I just think that this song just has, like, everything that I loved about them previously with their discography, but I also feel like this kind of I feel like this is kind of like a little bit of a love letter to their older discography, right? Like, as much as, like, I've enjoyed some of the more current ones like Tap Clap and Wait Me There, and, like, D&D Dilemma was also incredible. Like, I think that this feels like, kind of like, again, more of a love letter to their older sound and, like, what they're doing, but I still feel like it, again, takes a lot of the modern touches of what they've done in their more current discography. So I love that not only are they paying homage to the past, but also carving a new path forward into their music. And um it's cool to see kind of like that appreciation and that love for what their craft is, you know what I mean? So um I would probably put this high up there as in terms of my favorites as well, just because I think it worked out really well. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. This was Chef's Kiss. I think I enjoy it more now. So love to see it. No, Santa says 15 years is forever in the industry too. Yeah, I was gonna say that is a long ass time, and that's great. Like I said, I'm glad that they have stuck together and they've continued to do it. That's amazing. And like I said, best endeavors to them going further. I think they're an incredible group. And again, if you haven't checked out Apink, I feel like you should go check them out. Certainly, if you haven't been spending it with me for the past 2.5 hours. So, all right, we're gonna get into some fun, I guess, some similar path, or if you've got B-sides from Apink that you would like me to check out, let me know. We do have a little bit of extra time, which is cool. So, Gunky says, this is a cover by the artist Hyin. Hopefully I pronunciated that correct. One of my favorite ballad singers. She is an amazing singer. Ooh, very nice. All right, let's check it out. I feel like their expression was like practically mine, so I'm I'm gonna bow out. I should just stop while I'm ahead. But very cool. And this is Hyin. Hopefully I've pronounced her name correct. Gunky says this was from the show Song Stealer. That's why there are two members of Apink there. Very nice. Jazz says the way she blended both songs was flawless. Blended both songs. Excuse me. I cannot spell tonight or read apparently. So very nice. This was incredible. Obviously being fresh into the Apink land, I felt like this was cool to hear it in this context, but also her voice. God damn, it was so good. She's got such a great like she has such a like she's got balls to her voice. Like, I love that. I think she's, again, like, such a great tonality, very thick, like, very powerful. Her delivery was just phenomenal. Like, she was commanding that crowd. So I love that. I think that was awesome. Um, and like I said, I would agree with Jazz, like, the way she blended those songs together in such a, like, it almost felt like a new song in a weird way. Like, obviously I know she was mashing two songs together, but, like, just the way that she kind of integrated them together just felt so seamless. Like, it was like it was almost as if they were meant to be together in that way. So wow, what an incredible cover. This was very sick. And I feel like if you could shock, like, the actual people who sing and also probably have wrote these songs, I feel like that's pretty insane. So good for Hien. She did a fantastic job. So Gucky says this was after WSG, and or at least they believe so. So very nice, very nice. All right. I saw No Santa's posted some. Okay, My Copycat and Fizzy Soda. Okay, we will. Let me get them both up so I don't forget. Copycat, My Copycat. Is it My Copycat or is it Copycat? Okay. Is it the first one? No Santa. I'll also get Fizzy Soda pulled up too. That's it. Okay. Is it the first? Is it the first video? Let me know. And then Fizzy Soda. I'll pull up Fizzy Soda. Apink. Fizzy Soda. Okay. Cool. And if anyone else in chat has some, let me know. So, is it the first video? No Santa. Blink twice if. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's check it out then.
어둠마저 눈부시게 유령이 널 따르는 stop 한 발 더 가까워진 사이 오묘해진 city light 마저 내 편이 tonight play 훌쩍 가까워도 keep your cool 곤란하게 하는 것도 cool 경계하는 mood 마주본 거울같이 바라보다 슬쩍 smile 악력 copy 멋대로 그게 나와 좋아하는 만큼 완벽히 닮은 콜라보 설레는 기분 따라 sugar rush time 지금 널 copy 마치 한 마리 자유로운 길이라고 High low 널 뛰고 감당한데도록 crazy 빨간 fancy car 지붕 위로 올라 hopping jumping 놀랍니 롤러 coaster 불안된 난 올라탔어 어때 이런 little monster 꿈처럼 멋진 groove 심장의 박자까지 너를 따라 뛰는 spark 악력 copy 멋대로 그게 나와 좋아하는 만큼 완벽히 닮은 콜라보 설레는 기분 따라 sugar rush time 지금 널 copy 마치 한 마리 자유로운 길이라고 내가 널 copy해도 숨가삐 빠져든 건 널 거라고 눈에 비친 핑크
Love that change. Cool.
말하자면 hypnotize 좀 더 내게 빠져가 너도 모르게 love 닮아가는 서로를 더 벗어날 수 없는 일부가 되어가 당겨왔대 해도 keep your cool 놀랄 만큼 닮아가는 clue 은근해진 mood 애초에 하나같이 움직이는 너와 나 압력 copy 내 맘에 놀게 놔둬 내게 지어줄게 나랑 똑같은 젤라로 마주본 시선 따라 honey rush time 지금 널 copy 그래 유감이 너를 닮은 길이라고
My go. Let's go.
뭐야? 뭐라는 거야?
No, Santa, you didn't let me know my goat was gonna be in this video. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I love that dude. Anyway, very cool. This was Apink's copycat. Very nice. Jazz says this is a Bomi and Chorung's subunit. Very nice. I had a feeling just that they matched their names together, but I'm glad I got clarification. So very nice, very nice. Everyone was laughing at. Listen, he is the GOAT. There's no denying. He very easily could take my job. So obviously he is way popular than I am. So I'm poking the bear here. So Biscuit says this is one of my favorites. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I enjoyed this a lot. This was very cool, very sweet. It's that the way that they enunciate like copycat, I don't know. It's got like a really cool kind of like vocal texture to it that I appreciate. And like every time they came back to the chorus, I was like, I wanted to instinctually just mime it or like say it because I was just like, I don't know, it's just very appealing. I don't know why. It just like it's very ear candy, and I like that. The song is very sweet. I think it's kind of interesting to see like a subunit in this sort of genre, because I kind of was expecting maybe them to do something a little different, but I enjoy kind of like the whimsical nature of the song. Like it feels very in line with what I would expect Apink to do in some fashion. But interesting song. I enjoyed it a lot. Like very fun, very light. Chorong and Bomi both sounded incredible in this song, so I can understand why it being one of Biscuit's favorite songs. So that makes sense 100%. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was a fun song. Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't already initially on the playlist, but maybe it was just because it was a subunit song. So couldn't say. And then I'm gonna close it out with this best commentary I could ask for. No Santa said more cowbell. So I get you, fam. So very nice. All right, the next one we're moving on to is Fizzy Soda. So let's check that one out.
장면 같아 한편의 드라마 borderline 한계선 넘어가 Oh my DJ with the bass up Philippine babe Refreshing 내 모든 게 보여 다 따라와 pace and
Hey, praise. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it.
손님 리듬 맞춰 그대로 Make it go honey 달려봐 위로 내게 yummy yummy yum Taste good 같이 plug it down Taste good Drink it must pop in 이건 kick on my feet so 더 tasty It's kick on my feet so Always I want ya Drinking all of soda by my side 두 눈이 빛나게
Saxophone.
It's kick on my feet so Out of my brain touchable candy Only one trick's gambling In my tongue like egg scrambled Simple but Michelin Yeah, apple pie and a full sugar donut 머릿속에 kick 달콤한 lover 이제 너 질문은 더는 필요 없어 들이마셔 바로 feel so that yeah I got it I wanna take it now 눌러줄게 다 별빛처럼 쏟아져 light Baby drink it all night 스포츠는 like slow-mo I think it's so cool for sure Make it pop Kick your tongue bomb harder Red hot chili want more taste Red hot chili want more Red hot chili want more taste I want more taste Drink it must pop in 이건 kick on my feet so 더 tasty It's kick on my feet so Always I want ya Drinking all of soda by my side 두 눈이 빛나게 It's kick on my feet so So top by my side. It's kick on my feet so the drink it must pop in. 이건 kick on my feet so 더 tasty. It's kick on my feet so the always I want you drinking all of soda by my side. 두 눈이 빛나게. It's kick on my feet so always I want you.
Ooh. All right. Very cool. That was Apink's Fizzy Soda. Very nice. Very nice. This was completely different from what I feel like I would expect Apink to do, and I love that. I think that's incredible. First of all, gotta give a shout out to the instrumentation in the song. Chef's kiss. It was so good. I love like that really cool, like really dry but like dynamically fun like snare tone. I thought that was really sick. I also love like the saxophone in this and like the horn section. Just it felt so like interesting and so different, and like the arrangement of the song was really fun. It kind of had a little bit of like that West Coast hip hop flavor to it as well too, which y'all know I love. Especially within the confines of K-pop. And there was like rapping in this song, which I was kind of surprised about. Because I know I talked about it in like the title tracks, so it was cool to hear it. It was kind of cool to hear them do it in this capacity because it was just a little different. So, I like that a lot, and the chorus of the song super catchy too, which I'm not really surprised. I've liked a lot of the choruses that Apink has given us. But yeah, this was a fun song. I'll have to check out the full release for this one, but I enjoyed this. This was definitely a different one that I wasn't really expecting. So cool shit. No, it says I was listening to the new mini album and thought it was a new texture. Hey, let's go. Gunky says, can you do the song Moto Go Go? It's a Japanese track. Yeah, sure. I think that'll probably run me out to the end. So we'll close it off with the Japanese track. So unless anybody else has got like a Korean B-side that I'll check out, and then we'll close it out with a Japanese one. I'll leave the door open for like another one if y'all got it. If not, then we'll close the tab for the Japanese stuff. So I'll get it pulled up anyway, just in the off chance. Okay, cool. All right. I think we're probably pretty good then. I don't see any movement on the chat. So, all right, cool. Well, I guess we'll close it out with this one, y'all. We're going to be checking out Moto Go Go. So, let's give it a listen.
따가운 손 고고 나나들로 삐끗돌이 켜먹고 신기용 호라 호라 따뜻해요 바떼 담에 하다시대 하샤보 Let's go 켜먹 사이코 기분 그것도 난 안 그르 더 태엄기다 이신 이지벼 하시를 타요 kimi to go go駆け抜けたよ今すぐに
Very nice, very nice. This was Apink's Mojo Jojo. I mean, excuse me, Moto Moto Go Go. Very nice. Sorry, that's for all my Cartoon Network fans. Y'all know. You know it's real. Um this was this was cool. I I enjoyed this a lot. I always love when we cover like the Japanese stuff in the confines of K-pop. I always think that's really interesting. Um, Meeks makes a fantastic point. There's just something about J-pop songs by K-pop groups that blend the best of both genres. And Uni says true. Pure J-pop usually isn't for me, but J-pop works. Very nice, very nice. I thought this was great, very fun, very bright. I think even more so than I would even argue with Apink stuff, which is cool. Um, but I think like the synth of the song just feels so dialed up. You know what I mean? Like it's so dynamic, very fun. I like that kind of like more dubsteppy section in the bridge. I thought that was also very interesting as well. But yeah, I thought this was so much fun. I think their vocals also seem like more bright as well too, and I think it kind of adds to the overall like fun characteristics of the song, you know, as a collective. So, yeah, I enjoy this. I feel like a lot of I weirdly enough, I feel like I don't often have the opportunity to listen to a lot of the Japanese material from K-pop groups, but I almost every time I feel like I'm always like, yeah, damn, like this is really good. So I feel like this is another really good instance where I've liked a Japanese title track. So very nice. Um, cool shit. This was awesome. Gunky says, I love the really quirky J-pop music. And Uni says, I just know Gunky is eyeing up that shoe FV sitting in the middle of the screen right now. That's so true. That's so true. And Gunky says, I really am. Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks y'all for checking out Apink with me. Again, if you have not checked out Apink, go do it. Be awesome. I really enjoyed all of them, all the songs tonight. Again, huge shout outs to Kaylee for putting the playlist together. I appreciate that. I would love to give a PSA. If you are in Discord, please, if you have a boys group you would like us to cover that we have not, it seems like the overwhelming majority on this list is going to be Block B. So, so let me know if there's a guys group you would like us to cover if you missed out on the announcement. So, if not, I feel like maybe the consensus would be that everybody would choose Block B. I don't know. If you've got another horse in the race that you would like us to check out, let us know. I know there are some that people who have won the wheel and people that have gone deep dives, may have some new suggestions for us to do. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But very nice. Let's see. A couple comments here. Gunky says I'm obsessed with the Chew song. I'm not surprised. No Santa says also congrats to Bomi on her engagement. Yes, congrats Bomi. Appreciate. Awesome. I don't know you personally, but awesome. Cool shit. Gunky says I like the Block B suggestion. Biscuit says Block B Infinite. Connie says I hope we can do Teen Top or B1A4 soon. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Agagi says that goes into our next song cover I show on the next Chaos stream. Let's go. And Jazz says Vix. Ooh, we could do Vix. Yeah, just if you want to post it in Discord, just so I can keep a running guide. If you do like some suggestions, please just make sure to like heart it or something in Discord so I have an idea, and I'll put like the top 4 or 5 suggestions. So that would be awesome. So if you could please migrate some of those answers over into Discord, that'd be awesome. But yeah, thanks so much, y'all. Appreciate it. We're cooking. Listen, we're cooking this year in 26, so very excited. We're gonna hopefully try to cover a multitude of groups. So very excited. So appreciate y'all so much. I will see you on Monday. So have a nice weekend and talk to y'all later. Peace.